Sometimes in my refurbishing stuff, I get very excited about a machine that really doesn't deserve excitement at all. This is one such machine, the Goblin Aquavac Bulldog 6200P is done. It's been stripped down, refurbished, polished. Yes, look at that shine. Better than my car in a few ways. Yeah, it's ready to show you what it looks and works like now. The headphone users do be warned. Could be a loud one. No, will be a loud one. Hopefully, as long as it doesn't blow up. Let's have a look. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Yes, the Goblin Aquavac Bulldog is done. Cleaned up very, very nicely indeed, and despite having a little bit of confusion about its age, because this housing has a date stamp of 1988, whereas the motor has a date stamp of 1997, and all the paperwork is dated 1995. God bless it, this is a late run, parts bin special. It has it doesn't have shop vac branding. Beg your pardon, it does not have shop vac branding on it, but I don't know really. These were on sale for so long, you just can't tell. So we shall remove the flex, and yes folks, the flex is the original. I slightly do still want to replace it with a black one, but it's got crimped ends on both sides. It is 3-core. It is the original flex. It is there and there. The plug cleaned up very nicely, beigey grey to match the beigey grey cable, and we can come on to the top, and unfortunately I couldn't get the epoxy off. That is just scratches and all sorts on it. It has been used, but I got the worst of the paint flecks off, and blimey, it's not too bad now. Let's pop off the clips, one at the back, and we'll take off the bin, but you need to hold the machine slightly, and underneath is spotless, absolutely spotless. This thing has actually been quite well taken care of. It's always had a good filter on it. By the looks of it, it's had some long running, but bless it, it's not been completely trashed. The switch should now be a permanent stable feature, thanks in no small part to an absolutely horrific amount of hot glue, which you can sort of see there, which both holds firm and makes safe in one equal measure. Inside of here, I shall remove this. Possibly should have done this before I started filming, and then adjust my lights so that you're not about to see a black hole of the bin. Yes, it's been done before. It used to be gold. It's been brush painted blue, and it's coming through at the ends. But I'm not going to go to all the effort that I did with the Aquavac 620 bin, because it's not as bad, and the Aquavac 620 still does smell of hammerite if you run it for a long period of time. I also bashed out the dents in the corners, actually using a Miele motor, the fan case being the perfect angle to sit in there. I had all of this taken off, and tapped it out, and it's done very well. In fact, bin's still not perfectly round, but I don't want to mess with it too much. This is the spare dolly from my pair of 620s, with one of the wheels replaced because it was bent, and now the whole thing rolls around really well. What I can't do, which I did with my 620, is put one of the wheels at the front, which I do prefer because it just stops it from tipping up. And when you sort of go to hit things, it slides down with you rather than flicking the machine around. But then we just get a Aquavac Bulldog. So you have to really centre it up nicely. I mean, I doubt anybody ever bothered at all when these were new. And then clip the bin onto the dolly. Really, you literally pushed on with a little snap earlier. We'll do that in a minute. Yes, we have got a filter flow bag fitted. This one is ever so lightly used. I found it in my box when I was doing something else, which is why I grabbed it and popped it on here for safekeeping. Because yes, it does the job absolutely perfectly. One thing we are missing though is a filter for this. But we have that covered too. Because in this box we have such the thing that we need. Yes, I have splashed out the boat. I can't imagine people buy many of these for these specific machines anymore. But yep, I bought one. I also got some foam things. One of them we'll put up there. But these ones, so yeah, basically we have two filters here, and depending on the model and the cheapness and the store that sold it, one of these would have been an optional extra. Oh, that ding was my Ultravix flow finishing, so on the next cut I will do that. And yes, this is the wet filter. Yeah, to stop. I won't put it on fully in case it rips. Puts all, yeah, stops all the crud from getting into the motor. They're dirt cheap. I picked one up. This though is, you remember our filter here was very grotty, went in the bin. This is a new, crikey, it's massive. I think I ordered from the wrong listing because that is huge. I think that's not be too big, is it? No, no way. Oh, that must be touching the bottom. that is firm. Oh, blimey. Whoops. Okay, who knows? That looks very, very close indeed to the bottom of that machine. Yeah, what I did was I just punted on a random eBay listing because I thought, oh, they're all the same, aren't they? Wow, it's probably going to help the airflow a lot. I don't know, but it still fits. It's still it's still the right cartridge filter. Oh my goodness, well, there's going to be like that much room for dirt now. So, oh dear. Whoops. Okay. Never try and save like £2 by buying a different eBay listing part, because who knows, you might get it wrong. And I did. Oh dear. Well, hey ho, let's plug it in and see if it explodes. It does have very, very good suction now from its humongous, oh crikey. We don't need that cartridge filter, to be honest, with a HEPA bag. Maybe it was a bit presumptuous, but hey, we can fit the hose now. The original motor, it's had a new fan case bearing, and the top bearing has been, you know, oiled because I didn't want to ruin it by trying to force it out. So yes, we have the Goblin, you know, circa 1990s dusting brush there, and oh, if I just come back here, we also have our bent end wand and incorrect, but again very handy crevice tool. And well, I suppose if we're being really picky, I've also got the box here, but we don't need that. What we need actually is some more parts. In order for us to do some vacuuming, we will need some missing tools. So I got the Aquavac 620 out, and look at them. What we actually need from it is this. So you can go away for a minute. Leave it there. And yeah, now we can put on our correct, because yes, this should be grey, not black, wands onto our incorrect tools. Put the hose on. And yeah, these were this, you know, domestic vacuuming. Oh, it's lovely! mean, it's about 100% more lovely because of this floor tool. I mean, yeah, we are missing the delights of its plastic, horrible one that it should have. I don't have a photo to hand, but it's doing the job. No longer makes a really horrible vibrating noise. It's now just very loud, which is better. And yeah, it is as they should be. But this filter, I mean, I don't know. It's just so huge and very incorrect, but I'm not quite sure what we can do about that here and now. This is the filter from, you may probably have seen it, yes, you would have seen it by now, if I remember my schedule. This is the filter from the Aquavac Multi-System 3000 that Mr. Stephen owns, at the minute he hasn't paid for it, but it is his. And, oh, it's got a big static shock from somewhere. I'm going to turn this off. Maybe I've not done something. No, I have done something. It's this wool rug. Yeah, this is the original Goblin filter. And this is whatever the heck I bought. Yeah. Difference is that the Goblin Aquavac Multi-System 3000 is A, a lot bigger, and B, Mr. Stephen is unlikely to really care at all that we might pinch this very lightly used pleated paper filter and put a brand new one. It is bigger, cleaner. Oh, so we'll give this filter a vacuum off with this, and then we can take off this filter. I never like putting them from here. I've just got visions of, you know, slicing my finger open on them. There we go. This should drop straight on here because it's, you know, meant to. It's just going to give a lot more room in that bin. That's the only real problem with it. Yeah. There we go. When the Aquavac Multi-System 3000 is washed and done and whatnot, I'll just put that in it because, yeah, it's huge. And equally, he's got the 1000, the really big one. That's going to give it loads of room. It's going to be fine. Nobody cares. Yeah, not bad. But while we've got two here, we may as well get the 620 back out because there are some updates that we may as well do. Yeah, the old Aquavac 620 has actually been in full use whilst, you know, in between me finishing it and now. Obviously it's a bit of a skewed timeline, so yes, we can take a look at some differences. And yeah, the first thing that we see that's been cheeked out is the hose. It is no longer a twist fitting on both ends, it is just a grey plastic hose, although it is exactly the same length, so that's a good thing, I suppose. The tool didn't really change. In fact, I'd actually say these grey ones feel a bit thicker than these black ones, but they are identical. Obviously, we have a rubbish floor tool that we don't care about. Biggest difference is in the way that the bins fit on, because yes, on my 620 the clips are here, whereas on the Bulldog it uses the more usual way of having the clips on there. Everything else is sort of the same. They changed the mouldings. Oh, where are we? There we go. Look, they've changed the design a bit. It's less angular. You know, the 620 is more angular than this. This one goes a fair bit more blobby, and of course this one has its, in my opinion, far superior filter, which is looking okay really, because I have this bag fitted, which is not actually that full considering how much I use it. I use this to vacuum out the vor work because why not? And this is why I bought, oh, I can't remember, I'll put it now, 2 of these. When I had my little loft leak, this saved the day. Yeah, in doing emptying it and rushing around to get it ready before the ceiling caved in, that did that, which is a bit of a shame, but ultimately not the end of the world. Oh. And yeah, this one, and I'm a little bit wondering whether it's even worth taking over. It's a bit of plastic for now. Is the replacement for this? Yeah, we'll take it out because I want to leave it in here because otherwise I'll just forget about it. I don't want it to suck up onto here and block a tremendous amount of airflow. At least, you know, it's going to be okay. Oh, otherwise, yeah, so that's that. Put this back on. And then we'll unwind it, in my opinion, with far nicer black cable. See, this is a 6201A, and that's a 6200P. 6201. See, there's just no model number parity at all. When, you know, you consider that the Bulldog is newer than the 620. The 620's also got the 1300 watt motor from a Vax New Wave in it. This has its original Aquavac motor. This one is a lot less screamy than this one, but you know what, when they're running there's not actually that much in them at all. So yeah, fair enough. And this is where actually that doesn't work, look, because we can't get that close together with these like this. I think for now, we shall put this on square, look, so that we can have a more suitable lineup for the after video. Come on. Oh, that'll do, nobody cares. There we go, look. Much better. So there we go, my little impromptu, because, you know, didn't mean to have any of these really, but, you know, my little impromptu Aquavac collection. Because, yeah, they are the same machine. They round and round and round and round and round in different iterations, colours, different tools, you know, optional accessories that were sometimes bundled well through the 1980s, 1990s, probably into the 2000s as well. I know they were very familiar to me, definitely these. I remember seeing those for sale in Wix for probably 50 quid when they were new. How I wish I had one. But yeah, now I've got two basically. I do prefer the 620, it's just a bit rarer and has its original tools. Talking of the original tools for it, I did go into the shed and I found my one set, sadly, of original fit Goblin accessories. So yeah, they would have both come, I think, with this style of upholstery tool, no dusting brush, and this style of crevice tool, and that was it, with again either your nicer style, although it was probably horrible if you had long pile carpet, floor tool there, and your cheap plastic one there. Bless them. But they were more Goblin then than Goblin are now. How the tides have turned. Haha. These are the survivors. So yeah, there we go really. The Goblin Aquavac Bulldog, bless it, with an imposter standing next to it in all of its refurbished glory. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I and these will see you soon. Bye bye.